Hey everyone, it's Lina. I did my presentation over the American Counseling Association. The American Counseling Association, known as the ACA, was established back in 1952. The ACA is the foundation for all of the other counseling agencies, sort of just setting the overall standard. The ACA's mission statement is advancing mental health and well-being through advocacy, community inclusion, and research. Their vision or goal statement is to advocate and resource for professional counselors and their clients, creating a world where everyone has access to mental health services. On this slide here, I pulled a screenshot from their website where you can see their mission and vision statements. I've highlighted them in blue on the bottom. To reword these into other terms and summarize them, the ACA prioritizes the promotion and advance of the mental health field, fighting against discrimination and ensuring justice and inclusion. Switching gears, we're going to focus on how the ACA promotes social justice. The ACA published the ACA Code of Ethics. The newest version was released back in 2014. In the Code of Ethics, they identified 5 core professional values, one of them being to promote social justice. Their Code of Ethics also names justice as one of the fundamental principles, defining it as treating individuals equitably and fostering fairness to equality. To top it all off, the ACA has a section on their website discussing that they stand with the Liberty and Justice for All legislative statement. The ACA has over 20 divisions that they endorse, one of them being the CJS, which stands for Counselors for Social Justice. Going back to their mission statement on the slide before, we can remember it discusses research. The ACA has a tab on their website where they've published tons of research, including articles and journals focusing specifically on social justice. I have that screenshotted in this image to the side here. You can see a handful of the titles listed, including one of them titled Supporting Justice. With all of this, I think it's fair to say that the American Counseling Association promotes social justice, treating everyone equally in their practice. Here's a screenshot here from the ACA Code of Ethics where I've highlighted where it speaks about social justice in the core professional values and the fundamental principles. Moving on, we're going to focus on advocacy. The Government Affairs and Public Policy, or GAP team, advocates for the ACA members and the counseling profession on a range of issues, including workforce development, increasing accessibility, and supporting 21st century care. So, what all is the ACA actually doing to promote and practice advocacy? Well, the ACA holds many events, conferences, and seminars to help raise awareness and advocate for the counseling profession. Additionally, on their website, you can easily find links where you can request a GAP speaker, attend an advocacy training, join an advocacy campaign, and email their advocacy team directly. On this slide here, we're going to move on to how advocacy pulls into the ACA Code of Ethics. It's listed in the Code of Ethics a number of times. Here in this image, I have one that says, counselors are expected to advocate and promote change. Overall, you can see that advocacy is a huge part of the ACA, making its way into their mission statement, vision statement, Code of Ethics, and across their website through different links. Our last section today is going to be discussing working with individuals from diverse identities. Going back to their missions and values statement, you can say that they are pro-multiculturalism, saying things like community, inclusion, and stating that they want to create a world where everyone has access to mental health services. Additionally, as I mentioned earlier when discussing social justice, the ACA published a Code of Ethics. There are several sections in the Code of Ethics discussing diversity, including A2C, covering developmental, cultural, and sensitivity, B1A, which is multicultural diversity consideration, E8, multicultural issues, diversity and assessment, F2B, multicultural issues, diversity and supervision, F7C, infusing multicultural issues and diversity, F11B, student diversity, F11C, multicultural diversity competence, and H5D, multicultural and disability considerations. While I'm not going to go over all of those sections, I do want to mention this one specifically. In F11C, covering multicultural and diversity competence, it states, counselors must have the awareness, knowledge, and skills to be competent in multicultural practice. Additionally, as previously mentioned, the ACA has over 20 divisions that they endorse. Here's a handful devoted to diversity that they endorse, including SAGE, which is the Society for Sexual, Affectional, Intersex, and Gender Expansive Identities, AADA, Association for Adult Development and Aging, AMCD, the Association for Multicultural Counseling and Development, and the ASERVIC, the Association for Spiritual, Ethical, and Religious Values in Counseling. Still discussing how they work with individuals with diverse cultural identities, they have a section of their website dedicated to working with diverse clients. This section includes lots of research, including articles, books, and continuing educations. They focus specifically on Black and Indigenous people of color, LGBTQIA, religion and spirituality, elderly and ageism, and the disabled. Their website also offers a section covering what they title Cultural Responsiveness. They state, being aware of the diverse cultural contents helps counselors to understand the implications and improve the care they provide. Cultural responsiveness is essential to mental health care as it leads to better outcomes for clients with different needs. Therefore, I think it is safe to say the ACA is doing an amazing job being culturally inclusive within their work. In conclusion, the ACA is the foundation that all other organizations in the counseling field refer to. They have detailed standards and tons of information backing up their promotion of social justice, advocacy, and working with the diverse populations. Here I've linked my references. Thanks for watching.